Hey everyone, Rob and Amy Kress here again. We are continuing on with the mole case study, and we'll explain a little further why we call it the mole case study. But what we want to do right now is show you how Amy uses dowsing to assess and identify areas of geopathic stress. So without further ado, we're going to give the helm to Amy here.
Alright, so what I do is I use dowsing rods, and it's very effective in picking up earth energy, especially geopathic stress. So we have a feeling that we have a black water stream coming in underneath our property, and as you can see, actually, if Rob wants to pan in, you can see that we have cracked cement, which is a telltale sign. We also have a mole mound here. Now, which is really interesting about this one here is that I actually can energetically bless our property and make it so that it is so energetically high that pests will not want to nest here. So it's interesting that I did this after I saw that, and the nest actually went away. We think is the mole went away. But really what startled me is, dun dun dun, if you want to look over here, Rob, just the other day I came across this, and I pulled back our new plant, a new one came about. So I surmised that probably because we had a week of rain straight, and if you can see, this line goes straight out, if you want to pan out, and goes up from the top of that hill. So I have a feeling that rainwater came down, hit the electrical equipment across the street, so it tarnished our water stream coming here and made it, again, a black water stream.
Tell them about my battery.
Well, which is really interesting. Oh, tell them about so I'm going to show the Pathfinder right now.
This is my baby.
All right, so there's 160,000 miles?
Yeah, something like that.
Still its original brakes, if you can believe that, okay? And he still continues to drive it, whatever. He had a battery replaced, a brand new battery, and the car still wouldn't start. So we couldn't figure out why it wouldn't start. Another tall tale sign of geopathic stress and black water streams is electronic failure. So once we remediate our area, guess what started up again? Our good old Pathfinder. So it's things that you have to pay attention to. Moles, pests, cracks in pavements. This car that should be starting doesn't start. And actually, even if you want to pan back, here's another sign. We have 3 plants here, and as the black water stream goes under the 3 plants, this one's not doing well at all. This one's doing a little bit better, but the one is doing the best is the one that's not in the stream. So as you can see, that's another stage. So we know that this black water stream is coming through here. And I will show you through dowsing right now that I will again show you where this black water stream is happening. So if I put on my dowsing rods, and as I say, I'm going to ask for black water streams affirmation. So as I come across it, you can see where it starts. See, it shows that it comes across here. It keeps going clear to here, and adds probably into our garage. Which is really interesting because our Verano, for some reason, the back hatch has not been opening for me. So that's an interesting thing too. That's opening now, but I mean, what hasn't been opening for me? So anyway, so that's the end of it. We're going to now show us how we're going to remediate our area now that we found out that we had a black water stream. So again, I'm going to show through dowsing where we have our problem with our black water stream. Again, you can see there's a hill in the up there that we feel that rainwater came down, hit the electrical equipment, and is causing a black water stream going through our property. So as I show through dowsing, I'm going to show where the black water stream is. So I'm going to say, please show me the black water stream. As I walk, you can see right here, it starts. So I have a black water stream from this far into my property. And keep going. It's going through my garage right now, hitting the back of my one car that's having problems. As I keep walking forward. And it's done. So you can see how far it is. It's pretty encompassing. It's pretty far, and it's hitting a good bit of our house right now. So what we really need to do is remediate this. So if Rob wants to come over, we'll show also how another way we can show how we have geopathic stress, which is through a type of kinesiology.
You're in there. All right. Many of you may know, we practice quantum reflexive analysis on people and on ground as well when we're assessing things. So it is a type of muscle testing or energy testing, I guess you could say. So I work with the cradle around Amy's hand or whoever the individual might be, and then I'm looking for resistance. So I'm going to ask her as strong as you can. So we got a real good, strong little pulled there. So now what we're going to do is she's going to take her left hand with 2 fingers pointing to a certain area, and we're going to see what we notice. As strong as you can. Broke. I don't know if you can see that, but it broke basically. So when she's pointing to a negative area, it's actually giving her more of a weakness. So you can imagine if you're submerging yourself or submersing yourself within these negative energies, how it's totally depolarizing your body and really drawing on your being. So that's what we're going to show you now is how we will remediate it using a product called HemaPro or Hematite. So we'll be right with you. Okay, so what you'll see that I have here, here's a jar of the HemaPro that we use. But I did a line of 21 of them, and these are magnetic, so they actually hold each other together here. And ultimately what we're going to do is we're going to dig a hole about 2 to 3 inches deep, and we're going to bury them here. But what we want to do first is to show you the difference that they make through our testing through kinesiology as well as through dowsing. So basically here's this line where the water stream comes through. Simply we're laying it right there, right over the line. So let's have Amy come here and show you how it tests. Once again, we're just going to check to see her resistance, as strong as you can. Strong. Now if you can point to the area, as strong as you can. Strong. I couldn't bust her now. You felt that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now would you want to try the dowsing rods and see if we see the same thing?
Get the dowsing rod.
Coming right back with some dowsing rods here.
Okay, so before we said when I came across black water stream or geopathic stress, which we felt came from our electrical equipment across the street. So let's see now, we have geopathic stress. So before they went outwards, if we came across it, so I'm going to say black water stream or geopathic stress, please show me. As you can see, they're not coming out at all.
Awesome.
So that means this has been totally remediated.
That is so cool, just from that small little line there.
Right. That means
of 21
energy is
HemaPro.
actually beneficial for us instead of harmful. That's a great test to do.
Tell you what, why don't we go over to the mow holes and see how they're testing there?
Right, so we're back from putting the HemaPro on our corner where we found the origin of a black water stream coming underneath our property and creating complete havoc on us. So now I'm going to test through my dowsing rods to see if the black water stream or the geopathic stress is still there. So as I walk through it, as you can remember earlier, they went apart as I walked through it. So let me see what happens now. So you can see it's being remediated.
Very cool.
And over our molehill, let me see, let me even go down to it, it's remediated. So I want to come back in a few days and to see if this varmint has left, because I have a feeling it's not going to like it here anymore. Bye-bye.
Okay, so I just want to show you how quick and easy it is to bury this hematite or HemaPro in the ground. But on a side note, one thing was very interesting. Last fall, the cable companies came through and they actually laid new cable lines through here. And it's just an example of all the different disruptions of earth energies that you can have amongst your home. It would be, for instance, say if you're in a new development and you're the first house there and they disturb the earth left and right with new houses, you're going to find probably a significant amount of geopathic stress. In our case, we're in a very wet, fertile area. I mean, we're by the lakes here. So we've got a lot of water streams running through, and as Amy pointed out, when we hit electrical points, boom, black water streams. So you got a lot of things that can be pulling off the energetics of your home. Now, as I said, this is kind of a case study. Right now it's May 3rd, 09, and we're going to be further testing this for our whole development because there's a lot of moles here, and one cool thing is we got a lot of hawks, flying around. That was kind of neat. But Amy's going to be, she referred to her energetic lessons that she does, and she's going to be doing that as well on areas that we're not putting HemaPro. And we're just going to see the difference because the blessings sometimes you got to keep up with it on a regular basis and redo them. The nice thing we've been seeing with things like Hematite and HemaPro, things stick. So unless we've got a major disruption. So really all I do is slide it under the earth, real easy. Like a little pocket. Then I'll fold it right under there, put a little water on it, make sure the grass goes back, and we're going to be in good shape. And you'll see line of 21 here. And it fits that easily. Sweetie? And that's Roxy. So anyhow, we're going to go get some water, hose this down, let our HemaPros work with the earth, and we'll be back soon. Thanks.